the time. Your gateway to the world. AFR. American Freedom Radio. Give it to them.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It is March 20, 2013, also known as the spring solstice and many other names, depending on what religion you are from. So, woohoo, exciting time of the year. I want to welcome you all and thank you for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. And tonight we're going to do things a little bit different. I had a scheduled guest and something came up, so I decided to turn the show over to you guys, the listeners, who I love so much. And, you know, we wouldn't be here without you. So I asked you all a couple hours ago, what would you like to hear about? And so I just kind of copied all of those and wrote it down and put it in the show write-up. And, of course, you know, no scripts or preparation or any of that stuff. But we are going to have fun. I also wanted to give out a special offer to anyone who calls into the show tonight and tell us how you found the show and what it means to you. Positive or negative, as long as it's honest. You can tell us how much you hate us and why, how much you love us and why, or anything else in between, and I will send you a free Soul Journeys Radio t-shirt. So you can do that tonight, or get a hold of that shirt by giving us a call at 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525. And if you would like to join our happy family in the text chat, that's over at souljourneysradio.com. I will do my best to multitask and keep an eye on that as well. But the best way to talk to me tonight is just by giving me a call. It's I'm the guest, and you are the show. So some of the topics you came up with were, what do we think of 2012, what it was, and if things are changing, what exactly have we noticed so far? I have a few of my own opinions, but I'd like to hear from you, and we can talk about that. Someone else mentioned Love and Light or Loath and Life, and how can you tell the difference? Another potential topic is how to stay focused on one's own path when everything seems bleak at times. Easy ways to lift your spirits in the face of challenges. We have open lines all night, so anything you want to hear about. Let's see, the next one is synchronicity, dreams, and their relevance to our lives. Project Love Your Neighbor, herbs, essential oils, and new essence.net. Some natural health success stories and advice, the denial diet, how emotions are connected to disease and fears, how one can overcome them, and stepping out of old shells programming, etc. So I want to thank you all for putting together such a lovely show and so many wonderful topics. And as I said, I will be giving out a free t-shirt to anyone who calls in tonight and shares with us how you found the show, what you think about it. Has it helped you? Do you hate it? Is it like listening to fingernails on a chalkboard? And anything, you know, just as long as you're honest, it's all good. It's totally okay to agree to disagree here. I'm definitely not going to be pushing any beliefs on anyone, as well evidenced, I guess, in the last 6 years I've been on radio. I have a special announcement to start off with. And, you know, I hear often that I'm crazy and just out of this world and weird and nutso and all of these things. And I just want to let you all know that all of those things are true. So, boom. All right. We did get a few requests for farting as well. If you missed our show a couple of weeks ago, I did have the privilege of sharing some of my ass gas here. And I guess I can tell y'all a little bit about the reason for doing that. I've never really recorded my farts more. And, honestly, what really sucks about it is that the healthier I get, the less gas and no smells, and I really miss those big rippers, but I did, I was going to make a video. This is how it all came about laughter yoga, and as we talked with Sydney Ross Singer and Todd Caldecott about, suppressing these normal body functions and the type of diseases they can lead to, colitis, diverticulitis, etc., all in the name of society. We better do what they say, and oh my God, gas comes out of you? Holy smokes. And yeah, truthfully, the more unhealthy and toxic your diet is, they're gonna smell. But I'm telling you, truthfully, this is not a joke or one of those, holier than thou things. When you are healthy, my farts are they're kind of boring. They're kind of lame. They're just little, that doesn't even really count. So it's actually taken me much longer to put that video together, or even to start it, because I'm still waiting for the big one, So hopefully this will be better than, Comet Element or Planet X or Nibiru or all of these end-of-the-world scenarios that we hear about, the big ones that never happen. I'm kind of thinking, it's kind of along those lines, but we will see. So also before we get started, I just want to give a special thanks, of course, to Danny, Daniel, and Adam of AmericanFreedomRadio.com, who has put up with me all of these years being on radio. And, honestly, I'm like, wow, I'm still thinking, I'm on radio? How did that happen? It's just the craziest thing. So anyways, I want to thank you for, believing in me and sticking beside me despite some of the challenges we've had. And I love you so much, and I thank you so much. And I that same gratitude to the listeners, especially our text chatters, I look at you as my family, not my extended family, but my family. I love you so much. And, it's kind of the show behind the show. So not only are you cute and lovely and warm and welcoming and nurturing and all of these beautiful things in the chat, you help me get to where I am. I mean, a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. How do people put on a show? Oh, it sounds so easy. It's just some chick talking to cool people on the phone. And technically, yes, that's true. However, there are hours and days of preparation, finding guests, booking guests, dealing with computer problems like every day. And thankfully, there's people like Louis B. and Noelle Man in the chat who are here to help. And so I just want to give a special thanks to you two, especially right now, because you've actually been helping me with my computer problems for a month, an entire month in a row, every darn day. So thank you for that, because once again, I wouldn't be here without you. And then look at that. There's lovely Casey and Prairie and Amby and Maston and Carol and Pack. And, I can't thank you enough. You've just been John Joseph, oh my gosh, who sent me a Vitamix after one of my cooking videos, the almond milk video. I'm like, well, the Ninja Blender isn't the best, but it works. And then it totally crapped out right after that video. So he sent me the most beautiful Vitamix in the world. It's like, I looked it up online, Vitamix 3600 or something, and allegedly it's like 60 years old, all stainless steel, including the container, and it's like the best machine I have ever been able to touch my entire life. So I want to thank you again as well. It's just, oh my God, I love it. Making almond milk and hummus and baby food and all of these things are just so much easier. So I really want you to know I appreciate the support you all have given me, whether it's financial or given me the ability to eat or to produce this show by keeping my computers running. And it was getting kind of difficult trying to work on 2 broken computers and switching back and forth. And then Noelle Man sent me one of his computers all the way from Canada. And anyways, so yay! I think the sound is great. So I want to thank you all again for everything you've done to contribute to not only the show, but my life in general. I mean, you really, when I feel down or when I feel like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? I'm just chasing my tail and, I keep hitting a brick wall. You're always there to lift me up and encourage me and share your kind words of support. And it means the world to me. I don't know how to thank you. So there we go. I guess I just did. But okay, so tonight, let's see. I don't even know where to start because you sent in so many good topics. But, I think maybe we should start off. Many of you know I'm a holistic health coach. My website is mytrueessence.net. And I've been putting together some new products and such, which I'm super, super excited about. So I'll tell you about that. They are all organic. They are all natural, real natural, not the FDA's natural and organic where like mercury and GMOs and aspartame and all of that stuff is okay. No, these are mostly homegrown or got by people who grow them themselves or forage from the forest, parks, whatever. I actually plant weeds in my garden. I know people think I'm crazy, but, when I had to move here and I wasn't in the forest anymore, I actually transplanted my favorite weeds like nettles and lamb's quarters and mullein because I can't go without them. But, I would like to, maybe I'll just bring that to your attention is some of the new products I've been working on. I mean, I know I do, many of you know I do teas and tinctures, which aren't on the website yet, and other things, but I've been working on some lotions and creams, some gum creams that have been helping people, as well as cellulite and stretch mark cream. And, I'm kind of thinking back, oh man, I knew I should have taken a picture so I could prove they work, because by the way, people, I do not have Photoshop. So some of those, big businesses, they have this really ugly person that's, frowning and big bags under the eyes. And they're like, ah. And then they show a picture of this beautiful model, all makeup and airbrushed and everything. And they're like, see, this wrinkle cream works. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. But, I started putting these together a while back, and I didn't want to put them on the website until I knew for sure they worked. And there are some people around me, girls, so, it's not like I'm flashing my butt anywhere or anything, but they knew of my stretch marks and all of that good stuff. And anyways, so recently I looked in the mirror, and I'm just like, oh, my God, where did they go? Lisa, look at my boobs. They don't look like wrinkled eggplants anymore. What happened? So I did finally put that on my website. It's, I think, the Heavenly Heal All Cream. It has been working amazing for stretch marks, for all those like dimples on the booty and such. And so I'd like to put this out here. And, if you're in Branson or near Branson, I would prefer that this goes to you, but I would like to offer a bottle of that to somebody who will allow me to take before and after pictures. Nobody will know it's you. We're not going to have your smiling face in the camera with, whatever dimples or stretch marks or anything, so no one will know. I mean, I could send it to someone, but like I said, I want actual pictures and actual evidence. So Branson just kind of works for me. So if any of you are in Branson, where I can take a before picture, a 2-week later picture, a month later picture, 3-month later picture, just to put up on the website to show people that they really do work, I would be so ever grateful. And, you'll get free products. And speaking of products, I've been looking all these things up on other websites, like Googling natural organic wrinkle cream or whatever. And these people sell them for as much as $50 to $90 for 1 ounce. And you read the ingredients, and I'm sorry, they're not all organic. They're not natural. They're putting some kind of chemicals in there, but I'll give you some of the ingredients that I do use. I'm using raw shea butter, raw cocoa butter. I'm using neem oil. I'm using hemp oil. I'm using coconut oil. And some of the products, I'm using emu oil. But they are handmade, so if anyone is against animal products like beeswax or emu oil or something like that, I can totally redesign it. But jojoba, apricot and such, and then all natural organic essential oils as well. So, you know, rose, calendula, geranium, lavender, neroli, etc. So I just want to put that out there. You can find out about that at mytrueessence.net. Another thing that's really been working good for me that I noticed, a new product I finally put up on the website, is a coffee oatmeal scrub. And it's all organic, fair trade, by the way, coffee with fresh cinnamon bark that I grind, star anise seeds that I'm grinding, the oatmeal, the coffee, coconut oil and such, and that's been just such a lovely little scrub. I put that on my skin, and I feel like a little, I don't know, baby. I just love it. So anyways, I want to put that out there and bring your attention to that. Once again, I am a holistic health coach, and gotta support the show somehow. So, we can support the show by buying T-shirts or helping me at My True Essence with products or my holistic health coaching. Or if you just want to donate just for the heck of it, then pretty please feel free, because I do put it to good use. But it is that time. Damn, we will be right back. Stay tuned. SoulJourneysRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
No rules. No rules. No taboo topics. No taboo topics. No fear of doom. No fear of doom. We are American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
All right, welcome back. And thanks. Okay, this is for Noelle and Amby. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Okay. All right, I hope you're happy with me. No, we are not having sound problems. This is actually happening live here on the air. So, there you go. Anyways, welcome back. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. This is Christie Aphrodite, and as I mentioned before, this is a show designed by you, the listeners, tonight. So I decided to put it out there to you a few hours ago, and what you wanted to hear about tonight. So anyways, we're just going to kind of go with the flow and see where we're at here. As I mentioned before, anyone who calls in tonight, you can tell us how you found the show, what it means to you, positive or negative, as long as you're being honest. I'm not one of those people, obviously, that will hang up on you because I don't like what you're saying. I'm not going to belittle you. I want to hear it. So the good, the bad, the ugly, and I will send you a free T-shirt as well. If any of you have tried my products or my coaching or anything, I'd also like to know how that's going for you as well. I'll send you a shirt as well. We left off talking about some of my new products here tonight, and I definitely want to talk about some of these topics I actually had on a list to make videos of, but was having some computer problems, for like 2 months. Which is kind of, put a little wench in things, or a wrench, or a wench. Wait a minute, I'm the wench. Okay, I'm sorry, I get that confused sometimes. Put a little wrench in things. So I'd like to talk about, aligning with nature and some of the detox symptoms you may experience and how you can make healing easy. But I do see we have a caller on the line, so callers always take precedence. We will get to you right here. It looks like Russ, area code 520. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello, Christie.
Well, hello there. How are you doing?
Oh, let's pick another topic to talk about, please. We're talking about you and the show and Soul Journeys Radio tonight. They are talking about Russ Doves. Well, I called them for 2 reasons real quick, Christie, because I really don't have a lot of energy. But, I was sitting here thinking about it, and maybe I don't know everything, but I know a lot about your life. I know a lot about what you've been through, and I know what kind of courage and strength, backbone that it's taken for you to stand up some days and just press on. And I just wanted to call in to say thank you, because that was the kind of fortitude that it's my belief and my personal opinion of the women of the founding of this country. They just didn't take no for an answer, and they didn't feel any obligation to say yes just because the man spoke either. And for that, I'm so proud of you. I want to thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And then, on the note of the topic that your listeners put in about the show tonight and the topic you wanted to cover, I just wanted to share because I don't hear much of it. And it is no big deal. We each choose our paths, but I've been an activist and I've been studying for 50 years. I've been an activist for 30 years. And I've got to say, folks, really, never before have I seen more people active. And never before have I seen more people turn over the rock. Say, what's up? The TVs is going on here. And that, folks, is good news. And if we watch and look at our politicians, the fact that they no longer try to hide the lies, say, we have already won. So quit acting like they've got anything on us. We are the majority. We are the numbers. We are the people. Let us find our hearts. Let us find our God. Let us find love. And let us send darkness away with the brightness of light. God bless you, Christie. Soul Journeys Radio, I want to thank you all. I won't hang up. I'll give you a chance to say anything or ask questions, but that's all I had to say. Thank you.
I just want to thank you, Russ, for everything you have done. As I was saying before, the behind-the-scenes thing, people don't really understand what it takes to put this together. And, they'll see the happy Christie in the videos, and sometimes not so happy. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I scream, but they don't really understand. And, Russ, you've been there pretty much, day one in radio and seen these things firsthand and have been on the receiving end of many of the challenges that I have faced to do this. And I just want to thank you again for your support. I didn't mention you this time because you were in the What Do Angels Look Like segment last time I did the show, but it's obviously worth mentioning again. I mean, you've definitely been a rock for me in my life, and been instrumental in giving me the courage and the ability to continue to do this. So I just want to thank you so very much. And, in regards to the whole political thing, I totally agree with that. I mean, that's the thing. The truth is out there, and why we still fall or the lies blows my mind, because they are telling us the truth. They are telling us what they're doing, and you're so right. It's like we think we're the little people, and that's our belief. That's our perception. And, technically, our beliefs, our perceptions do create our reality. However, that doesn't mean that it is the actual reality, nor is it universal truth. So I understand the feeling weak and, I'm so powerless and I can't do anything. I'm just one person. The problem is, or it's not obviously a problem, we're all just one person, and there's more of us than them. And, Russ, you have been there. I mean, many people, look at the things that I've done or said or stood up, or the people I've said no to, or the people I've said, no, I'm not taking your money. I don't make deals with the devil. I'm going to stand in my truth. Yes, I've suffered a little bit, been slandered tremendously, was facing 56 years in prison, had my children kidnapped, been shot at, even on the air, too, laser weapons. I think you were there for that, and, all of these things. But look at the good news. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I did not waver. And many people will look at that and, Christie, well, you're just super strong. I can't do that. I'm afraid. I got to do what they tell me. You don't. There's more of us than there are of them. And if there's more than just one little dumb girl, standing up, then guess what? Things do change. And despite the reality of all the force and control mechanisms implemented around us, we kind of do have to choose to put that leash on. It is a choice. So I would just like to offer to people, get over the fear. That doesn't mean don't have it, but know that it is just fear. And it's the fear itself that cripples us. But you can be strong. You can be bold. You can stand in the midst of it and still come out clean, living, sans prison, sans drugs, sans chips, sans FEMA camps, and all of these things that people are worried about. If I don't listen, then, they're going to get me. And, that brings me to another topic. That which I feared has come upon me. And I got to tell you a little story here. I feared all the things that happened to me, all of them. Yep. I do believe that I brought them on by giving it my energy and giving it my fear. And that's not to say that, they're right and I'm wrong and blah. I'm not saying that at all. But I am taking responsibility for energetically bringing those things into my life. And, I had this thought I posted a couple months ago about how they can't chase us if we're not running. And what I meant about that, in fact, Louis posted a really good example the other day. It was a prank. Some dude, just some regular guy joking around, put on a little mask, wore regular clothes, and he went around scaring people, just growling at them, pretending he was a zombie or a vampire or something. He went through dozens, if not hundreds of people, and they all ran. They ran because he had a mask on. It took until the very end, I don't know, the 110th person that finally looked at him and just I ain't running. Well, guess what? He couldn't chase him because he wasn't running. He stood his ground. And then what? The, pretend vampire zombie dude ended up running away. What happens in war? What happens, even my stalkers, for example. When I was running from them, they chased me. When I stood my ground, where are they? They're nowhere to be seen. Cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, dogs and cats. All of these things, they cannot chase you if you are not running. So I'm suggesting turn around, face your fears, accept it, feel it, okay? I have this fear. What do I do with it? And, there is a way through it. There is no way around it. You can't get past it. You have to face it. And I know, getting past your fears is something that some of the listeners brought up. So remind me to share with you some of those stories of how I got over some of my fears. But Russ, I'm rambling, so I'm turning it back.
Are you there?
I hope so.
You said turning it back, and then you must have hit the mute button because it cut off right there on the spot. But I didn't get to hear the rest of it. So I wasn't sure if we went to air. At any rate, one thing, when I was about 9 years old, I would have had to have been maybe 12 because I was in the city then. When I was 9, I was in the country. And we were a country family, and we grew up around wild animals and had our own, we grew up around danger. And fear was not, you had reverential fear. You had fear of fire because you know it hurts you. You had fear of certain animals because you know they'd hurt you, okay? It didn't mean anything. You didn't change your life. You just respected them, stayed out of the way. And I got into the city, and I was on Halloween one night. And this 85-pound male German Shepherd, I don't know what he didn't like about me because the street was full of kids. And he come over a fence and decided he wanted some of me. And my first response was to run because I had about a 30-foot lead on him. And it dawned on me very quickly that it wasn't going to matter. I wasn't going to outrun this dog. He was bent on hurting me. The only chance I had was to convince him that his risk was greater than mine. I immediately turned around and I charged that dog, just bare-faced, growling, screaming, I was going to kick that dog's tailbone between his, and, that dog slammed on the brakes, looked at me, and went back over the fence. And, I don't know when anybody ever done that to that dog, and I don't know why that dog didn't like me. I've only found a couple of dogs that don't like me. Only found a couple of animals that don't like me. And just like with humans, they're generally possessed by something other than the Spirit of God is what causes the fall. And that's just my personal opinion from observation. But what I wanted to share along the lines of what I called in about was one thing I'm confident of. Now, again, I've said I have lived a unique life, and someday maybe the full story will be told, maybe not. The world will be at a loss if not. I've got to live a full life. My book is complete. I could die today, and I would have done those things that needed to be done that I was here to do. I believe there's more I can do, and that's why I'm living. But and I've been active enough and persistent enough and blessed enough, gifted enough, whatever the gift, whatever the gel that came together, to have been successful several times in my activism. Now, personally, I haven't been at all happy with the results of the return of my efforts because, as far as I'm concerned, we're still in a mess, even though, like I said, I think it's getting better. But one thing I'm confident of, and that is that I now am, when I finish beating this cancer, and it will happen.
Yes, it will. You're already doing it.
I will be, it's the biggest problem right now is just getting my body back. I've got minimal cancer pains and lots of pains associated with 2 months, 3 months of inactivity. I've been there before. I'll get through it. I still have a little bit of, at any rate, we're not calling about Russ. If you'd like to talk about Russ, Russ is happy to talk about Russ. You know Russ and him talking. He loves it.
We're going to break, Russ, so hang on. If you want to stay on the line, I'll bring you back up after the break. Anyone else wants a free T-shirt? That's 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525. We will be right back. Christie Aphrodite here on SoulJourneysRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
Yo, what's up? Check this out.
The voice of the revolution. American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
All right, welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com, and if you would like to join our happy family in the text chat, you can go to SoulJourneysRadio.com. Any questions or comments that you want to share, what this show means to you, how you found us, if you like us, you hate us, whatever it is. As long as you're honest and real, it's all good. Just give us a call, and you'll get a free T-shirt for doing so. So, yes, tonight is Honesty Night. And the phone number to call is 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525. And Russ is still on the line, so please continue.
Thank you, Christy. What I was saying, and I'll just make my point, because there's something else I'd like to share, is one thing I'm confident in is that the world is already not going to end the way that it was going to end before I learned what I learned in the last 3 months, the last 6 months, the last year, the last 5 years. And I know that the number of people who can make that same statement, and when you look at the equation, when you look at how it all works, the greater the number of us who know ourselves and stand up in the power that was given to us when we were created. And in that power, we have the authority to tell all authority no. And amazingly enough, in the universe is the power and the force to hold us in that stand. And I'm witnessing it. I'm watching it. And everybody around me is going, well, you can't do that, Russ. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but I'm doing it. And the only way I'm doing it is because I know myself. I know my Creator. I know where power is derived. I know where authority is derived. And those are the things we need to discover. That doesn't give me any power or authority over you or anybody else in the world, or give me any right to tell anybody anything or try to fix anybody. And we humans kind of have a tendency to believe that if we think we have something you need, man, we just loving creatures. We're going to make sure you get it. Whether you think you need it or not, we're just going to try. Okay? I mean, it's kind of our nature, which lets me segue into the next point that I'd like to share in this idea of changing the world. The first thing we must do is know ourselves. I promise you, we do have an enemy, human, terrestrial, etherical, and if there is extraterrestrial life form involved, we have friends and foes there also. On all three of those levels, we have friends and enemies. And we have enemies who know us better than we know ourselves. And we are being manipulated by that. So in all of your searching, in all of your soul journey paths, your only objective, in my opinion, is to know yourself. Because what amazes me, you said something earlier, Christy, and I'm doing the best I can. I'm using every bit of energy to hold my thoughts together to make this a good visit. But you said something earlier about hopefully being able to get it. And I watch myself, and I've got some things, okay, and in my mind, and I'm working on implementing them. And I am amazed at how long it takes me. And I'll split it out the only way I know how. I got two people. I got two entities going on in me. I got a spirit man, which exists in end space. I got a flesh man that exists in our space. Those are Dr. Babcock's definitions of the spirit realm and the physical world. And the battle is between my physical man and my spirit man. And my physical man is the foolish one that keeps doing stupid shit, keeps wanting to be selfish, keeps wanting to be all these other things. And it's my spirit man that wants to be loving, giving, caring, and we're all confused overall. The information we've been given is garbage, intended to confuse us. And so I got this battle going on between my flesh man and my spirit man, and in spite of the strength of my spirit man, and it is strong, it's the only reason I'm living today is because of my knowledge of the spirit man that exists within me, that I am. It ain't a separate part of me. I am a flesh man, I am a spirit man. That's me. I'm just sharing my story with you. If it helps you, good. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that too, because we each got our own story, and we each going to get there in our own way. I just hope we all get to the right place. But at any rate, what the point I wanted to make, and then I'm going to stop, is I am mind boggled, where I have so much energy, so much desire, so much intent to bring this change into my life, and there's still some part of me that refuses to take part. And I've been doing this for 17 years, and I still struggle with that. Now, I've watched me, and those things that I am able to fix are fixed much quicker, or they're ignored. They aren't me. They aren't my problem. This problem doesn't go away. This problem hurts me, and it hurts my relationships. It hurts my friendships. It makes me weak. These are all these things. This is just a little piece of it. The bottom line is, folks, we are being abused by the ignorance of the awesome, wonderful, fearful creations that we are. Thank you, Christie.
All right. Very well said, Russ. Thanks so much for calling in, and thank you for your support and kindness and generosity and words of support, and for sharing your experience with us.
And thank you. And I would be, maybe on one of these passing trips, I'll get one of those T-shirts because I'd be proud to wear it around Branson. So I don't have to have one, but I'd just be proud to wear it around Branson. So anyway.
All right. Okay, all right. I totally agree with that and feel that. So.
Well, you dropped off. I don't know if you cut me off or what happened, so I'm going back online.
Okay, I don't know. I guess he can't hear us anymore, so I hear him, but all right, so no cellulite cream for Russ, but you definitely get a T-shirt for that call. Maybe even two. So, all righty. Hopefully you can hear me. I guess just let me know on the chat. Apparently he was having a hard time hearing me. But the phone number is 218-339-8525 if you have anything to share. So in the meantime, when it comes to healing, I'd like to kind of get back to that and kill some time before someone else calls in and shares whatever you like. So please feel free. But okay, when it comes to like detoxing and getting healthy, I just want to share some of my observations. Again, I'm not a doctor. I will have my ND soon because I finally found a program that's affordable for me. I do have a PhD in metaphysics. Of course, I don't throw that around. Hi, I'm a doctor. I'm so cool. But I just want you to know this is anything I say in regards to health has absolutely or is not intended as a replacement for your normal physician or doctor care. This is strictly my opinions and advice based on my personal experience. So when it comes to health, what I see is when people are trying to get healthy, we want to make things too difficult. We're thinking, oh my God, I have to change every single thing in my life right now or I'll never be healthy. I need new pans. I can never drink out of plastic again. I can, if I eat something that has tomato seeds in it, it's going to be toxic. Or, oh my gosh, the yogis say garlic is bad for me. Or, the government says canola oil is good for me. And I need to, buy these capsules or pills filled with all of these supplements. And what I really want to stress is that more often than not, what we need to do is not add some of pills, supplements, etc. We need to take something away. And where holistic health differs from allopathy is, it's kind of working out the ideal balance between all the major parts of our being. So that's your body, mind, and soul. It is spirit. It is emotions. It is physical as well. So, a lot of us kind of want to leave some of that out and focus on one, but then it's impossible to be a complete being if you're holding on to anger or whatever. And this is not to say that anger is bad. Anger is a 100% totally normal and can be very healthy emotion. A lot of times, or most of the time, maybe even all of the time. It's a trigger. It's kind of like the check engine light, okay, on your vehicle that shows you, oh, this is something I need to pay attention to. So avoiding that and focusing just on the physical is not going to get you where you need to be. So, and, holistic health, what we want to do is focus on the root, not treat the symptom, and I'd like to go further on that, but we do have a couple callers on the line. This one says Noelle Man for some reason, but it appears it might not be Noelle. Let's see, area code 416. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello, there's a live one. How you doing tonight?
Am I on?
You sure are, and who is you?
Hi. Hi, Christie. Thanks for taking my call. This is Aiden from Montreal.
Hey, Aiden. Oh, awesome. Aiden, hey, hang on the line because we're going to break right now. I don't know if you can hear the music, but we'll pick you right back up after this short break.
Yay!
Everyone, SoulJourneysRadio.com. Oh, and in the meantime, for your viewing pleasure... Yes, laughter is good for you, and so are farts. So fart and laugh away. Oh, man.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
No rules, no rules. No taboo topics, no taboo topics. No fear of doom, no fear of doom. We are American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
All right. Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. I am your guest tonight, and the hosts are you listeners. We turned the show over to you earlier today, so I want to thank you all for the fantastic ideas. And anyways, like I said earlier in the show, if you call in and share with us how you found the show, what it means to you, positive or negative, the nut cracks, the wise cracks, the idiot cracks, the crazy cracks, the weirdo cracks have already been taken care of. I agree. You are all right. So anyways, just call in and tell us how you feel, and you will receive a free Soul Journeys Radio t-shirt as well. And lots of topics, and looking at the caller line, got a few hosts here calling in as well, so we will get to you all. Hang on the line. Now we left off with Aiden. Aiden,
hi, how are you
tonight? We love our Canuck stands.
I'm not bad, thanks. How are you?
Great. So what's on your mind tonight?
Just curious to know, I had a while ago, it's disappeared, but when you have warts, does the virus still stay in your body? And if so, is there anything to do to get rid of it?
That's a really good question. That's been coming up quite a lot lately. What I would suggest in that situation, I'm not sure if you're referring to genital warts or just, a wart on your hand. Maybe you're... Oh, okay, so you're masturbating too much, right?
My feet.
So you're masturbating too much, you little monkey.
Okay.
No? Okay. No, actually, there's no such thing. Well, if you can't get to your job, it probably is. But some antiviral oils. Allegedly, it is a virus that causes that. So if you stick with essential oils or any antivirals like, let's see, thyme, oregano, garlic, as far as oils, peppermint, oregano, tea tree, eucalyptus, even patchouli, clove, let's see, did I say tea tree? Melissa is another good one. That's what I would do in that situation, is use those oils, put it directly on it, okay, oregano as well. But make sure if you're going to use the oils directly on your skin, make sure it is from a good source. Most of the ones that we see in, health food stores are mass marketed and possibly diluted with something. In fact, let me find the brand of oregano oil that I love so much. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it that quickly right now. If I've sent you the link, let me know. I've talked about it in my videos when I healed my dog bite and the lockjaw infection that I had. What is it? Wild something. You know what? Let me just look in my purse. I got to be complete here and let you know what that brand is. It's Wild Oregano, and it's just absolutely awesome. I've seen it work for so many things. All we got to do is find it. Okay. Anyways, or for peppermint oil, I'd like to say my very favorite brand of peppermint oil is Peppermint Jim. You can go to peppermintjim.com and you can put that directly on your skin. In fact, I not only put it on my skin, I take it internally. I put a little drop in my water as well. It's Sacred. What is it called? Sacred Earth Sanctuary or something, Sacred Medicine Sanctuary. I'm having a hard time finding it right this second, but yeah, it's in my videos. Let me just Google that. Sacred Earth Medicine Essential Oils, because I truly believe that this is the best. Sacred Earth.
All right.
Wild Oregano. I'm going to find this brand for everyone. Here we go. Okay. It's sacred-medicine.org. So that's sacred-medicine.org. And I'll be putting that link here in the text chat as well. So sacred-medicine.org, and that's what I would do with warts. Oh, are you there, Aiden? All right. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you're there, but I don't hear you. I hear me. So let's go to the next caller. It looks like we've got our friend Sharon on the line. How you doing tonight, dear?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Woohoo!
Happy to call into your show, too, because I just want to talk about how I found your show.
Thank you.
Or how I stumbled across it. I was actually, maybe a little over a year ago, I was pretty miserable in my state of misery. And just things, that I'd gone through and things that I was trying to figure out in life and being free from my past. And, anyways, I just got online and then I started searching out, I stumbled across soul retrieval. And then I found Avalon Shakti's website.
Excellent.
And then I stumbled across Tobias also, just looking up soul retrieval. And then I started listening to your shows because it guided me toward, that way, because they were both guests on your show. And I thought it was so awesome, your talk with Avalon Shakti. Is that how you pronounce your name, by the way?
Uh-huh. Shaman Avalon Shakti. That's how us Americans pronounce it anyways.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just happy that I did find your show because it helped the topics. The guests that you have really has helped me a lot. And I was so scared the first day I called in. I was shaking. But, that's what I did is I just faced my fears and went with it. So, but anyway,
Well, we're gentle usually, huh?
Well, yeah, of course.
Awesome, honey.
I've got your products, and I love them.
How is that working out for you? I think you've tried one of the healing oils and the tea.
Yeah, I love it. By the way, wanted to let you know that I have like a before and after picture of just my face and how I looked before I started detoxing, and then an after picture, and I can
excellent
give it for your site there if you want.
Oh, excellent. I would love to see it. And, you know, in regards to, I know you're using the tea and modifilan and, you know, juicing and doing other things like that. One thing that comes up a lot is they hear, oh, I can't put oil on my face. It's going to mess up my complexion, give me acne and all these things. And if I remember correctly, you might have also been at least a little bit concerned about that. How is the oil working for you?
It's working absolutely wonderfully. It's the only thing that works actually, because I have a tendency to get acne or clogged pores, and it actually does the opposite, where it tends to clear up my skin. Yeah.
So if the oil cleared it up, that's awesome. Woohoo! Good to hear. I mean, I've been using it every day for several years now, and I mean, everyone I send it to, when they try it, their friends see them and allegedly say they look 10 years younger, and maybe y'all are just being nice to me. I hear that all the time, too, but yeah, I won't go without it. No acne, no breakouts, no blemishes. In fact, those, you know, wisdom lines or AKA wrinkles, they're just, you can't notice them at all. It's amazing.
Lines around your eyes, it helps with that, and it just overall, well, you know, along with the internal cleansing, too, you need to do that also.
Definitely.
Yeah, it certainly helps.
So you have before and after pictures. That's awesome.
I do. Yeah.
I love it. All right.
And I look terrible in the before picture because I'm in the middle of detoxing. But I'm going to put it online anyways because I want people to see how well your stuff works.
Excellent. All right. I love it, Sharon. Thanks so much for calling in. And it's always so exciting to hear how you're doing. And, you know, the whole detox thing, I was hoping we'd get a time to talk to tonight. I know, or talk about people's, you know, sometimes get discouraged during that process. And I just want you all to take a moment to imagine it like this. We've all been to a beautiful lake or, you know, a body of water, and it's all crystal clear and lovely and flowing and just calm and beautiful. Looks like diamonds. And underneath that is a little bit of sludge, right? You know, there's some mud, there's some rocks and such. And, you know, when you start detoxing, sometimes people start feeling maybe even a little more tired or weak, maybe fart a lot, or whatever, you know.
Terrible.
Yeah, have some stomach cramps and things. And then that's where people quit because they're like, this is hokey, this stuff doesn't work. But imagine when you step into that river or that lake, you put your feet in and you shake your feet around, what happens? That beautiful clear water is all of a sudden muddy. Well, that's what happens when you are detoxing and pulling heavy metals out of your body or, you know, 40 years of toxins, depending on how old you are and how many vaccines and cheeseburgers and such you've eaten. So it's natural. It's going to pull that to the surface until you eliminate it. So I just want to give you all a little hope. It's totally normal. Rejoice if you're experiencing these symptoms because that means you are detoxing and it is working. And that's where you just, you know what, take that time to rest. Take that time to love yourself, pamper yourself, take baths, climb trees, get dirt. If you have to stay in bed 3 days, do that too. Whatever it takes. But it's totally normal. It is not the time to give up. It is the time to say, thank you. I'm finally doing something. And what happens when you step out of that beautiful body of water? All of that sludge that you stirred up there with your feet or your hands, it becomes clear again. And that's what we're doing in the detox process. So it's just so cool and so fun to see you in your process, sweetheart. And thank you for keeping me updated and for sharing your story.
You bet. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, honey. Well, you got a free T-shirt, so give me your address and anyone else who's called in. All right.
You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right. Awesome. Okay, that is such good news. We have another caller on the line, area code 301. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I guess I'm unmuted.
Hi there.
Hello. It's JP. I've called in before.
Hi, JP.
I like your show. I like your energy.
Aw,
Makes
thank
me feel
you
good. It isn't
so
necessarily.
much.
Sometimes it isn't necessarily what someone says. It's the intent behind it.
Definitely.
And I wanted to, with all the bullshit and all the things that are taking place in the universe right now, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you remember when Marcos got kicked out of the Philippines.
I guess not. And in regards to my age, I'm 40.
Okay. Well, anyways, he got kicked. Marcos, he was head of the Philippines. He was their dictator. And what happened was everyone, and they had gotten sick and tired of the thievery and all the other stuff. So everyone in the whole country one day just stopped working and stood in the streets for 3 days.
Excellent.
And he resigned. We're paying for our own enslavement.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Like what's going on in Cyprus, that's just a test pilot for what they're going to try to do.
I agree.
Did you ever listen to, like, Carrie Cassidy's stuff? Project Camelot?
No, I can't say that I have.
Oh, you haven't? She used to be on the American Freedom Radio, but she dropped her show.
Mm-hmm.
You never listened to any of Project Camelot's or interviews with the whistleblowers?
I've listened to a couple, but am I adept in all of them? Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, there was one talking about the agenda. I don't know. I forgot who it was. It was Agenda. There were, the New World Order, one control government. But do you ever go to Before It's News?
I do. Love that site.
Today, there was this video that was taken, and there's a reptilian in the background.
Oh, all right.
And he's a Secret Service guy, and you can see that he's, like, because the digital cameras take away the veil. Like, that's why you'll see a lot of the orbs now. Like, sometimes you'll take a photo and you see the orbs. But anyways, it's a really good video about this shapeshifter. 5 years ago, if you'd have talked to somebody and said, oh, yeah, a shape-shifting reptilian, people would have said, oh, yeah, what planet are you? Would have thought you're crazy. Now you say that, and people don't look at you like you're nuts anymore. And people understand about interdimensional beings, or not everyone, but a lot of people understand that we are only on this one radio station vibration frequency that we're decoding.
Yes.
What the Bleep We Know was a really good movie that opened my eyes. First one. What was your first movie that opened your eyes? Or first?
Oh, that's a good question. I wish I could remember that far back. Honestly, what really opened my eyes was seeing it firsthand. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I come from a very regimented, strict matrix background. I was trained to be like the perfect little slave, Stepford wife, do what you're told, believe it all. All these people in uniform are there for your own good. The news is telling you the truth. And, the funny thing about it is I never read a fiction book or watched any fiction or science fiction movies because I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. I know everything. I'm watching the news. And so it wasn't until I started being active political-wise, and what I would go to events and, videotape them and see something totally different than what we actually saw on the news. And the first couple times, I just thought it was a mistake. But hang on, honey. Hang on the line. I'd love to finish the story when we come back.
Okay.
So stay tuned, everyone. Christie Aphrodite here on SoulJourneysRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
Welcome to the world's meeting place. American
It's practically narcotic.
freedom
Oh, yes, I like very much.
radio.
You're an American institution.
American Freedom Radio.
All right, welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com, and happy spring solstice to everyone. This is really fun. I'm almost thinking I got to do this alone at least every solstice or something. But Jay, are you still on the line?
I am still here.
Okay, all right.
Were these Tea Party events that you went to?
Oh, yes, Tea Party, you name it. Anything that was, anything really that was protesting, injustices and such. Getting back to my story.
I'm one of the founders of the Tea Party movement.
Oh, okay, so back in
you can really Google me. Was at the first Tea Party, was one of the organizers of the very first one in Washington, D.C., which was a year ago in March, or it was how many years ago in March, and then we did another one in April. And I was really active for about a year. And I was requested to meet with Newt Gingrich, met with him and told him what I thought of him.
Excellent. That sounds fun.
But what's quite interesting about the meeting is it was in D.C., and 3 people in the room that were invited that I knew through the Tea Party. We had found out we all had the same civics teacher and went to the same high school.
Amazing. Wow. How did that happen?
That's because the civics teacher, this is when we were taught how to think instead of what to think.
Excellent.
That teacher would stand up there and you would address her as Dr. Sparks, and she would address you by your surname, and you would stand up. And she would ask you, why do you believe that? You tell me, let's find out. Let's find out if this is really true. So she didn't open the book. We explored it.
That's lovely. I miss those days. Jay, where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, Annapolis, Maryland. So anyways, the Tea Party got squashed because of the RNC came in and ruined it. Squashed
I agree with that. Definitely.
So I think it's time for a new revival.
I totally agree with that, and I'm with you there. I guess it was 2007, the last Tea Party event I went to in Santa Monica. But, yeah, that's where everything was kind of being hijacked by the Republican Party, and then it turned into, something I didn't want to be a part of, and that ended my political career, so to speak, which I'm forever grateful for, actually. It was about early 2008 because, I held on to that Ron Paul, the last hope, and, fell for all of it, hook, line, and sinker. And, kind of getting back to my story of what woke me up is I would go to events and videotape them, and I'd see all of these things happening. Then we'd go watch it on the news, and it was, now look, I totally believe in bilocation. But I guarantee you, I was not bilocating at that time. And everything I saw in the news, how they were reporting it, was totally different than what actually happened. And so that was kind of... up, and I exposed the sex trafficking ring that ended up being run by the cops where they were protecting them. And then I became a racist domestic terrorist for trying to save the little girls that they were trafficking. And so that was kind of my wake up. It wasn't a movie or a book. It was like, wow, is this stuff really happening? So, well, that's awesome, Jay, that are you still involved actively with these issues?
In my heart.
Yeah.
I had an electrician doing some work the other day, and it came up about, I don't know how it even started. An hour later, he left. And the conversation, and I had somebody in about carpet, and he handed me a Constitution. And that was a black man from the District of Columbia selling carpet and gives me the Constitution. And this racial divide is divide and conquer. Exactly. Find a separation, find a difference, and focus on it. The liberal media is not liberal at all.
Exactly.
It's fascist. So I don't know why they call themselves liberal. They criticize and judge and do all that other stuff. That's not what a true liberal does.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all the destroy, divide, the labels, the division, the judgments, and it's got us all afraid of everyone, afraid of our neighbors. I mean, most of us don't even know our neighbors. We don't walk outside and say hi to them or offer them, cupcakes or tomatoes because, they're on the other team. We better run from them. They're going to get us, so we better get them first. And, it's actually brilliant how they've been able to do this, but,
and over the years,
the good news is, the good news is Russ explained when he called in, there's more of us than there are of them, and we just have to move through our fears and be okay with standing our ground and saying no. Okay? And you know what? Even if I do have to deal with another gun at my head or another, more jackboots at my door or whatever, guess what? My answer is still no, because I know that we are eternal. This whole life thing we call reality is just a dumb game anyways, so I don't know.
It does reverberate into the space-time continuum. There is a reason why this is taking place.
Yeah,
I had an experience, and if you know of anybody who has ever had this experience, I'd like to know. I was in my half-awake sleep state, and my pineal eyeball opened up.
Excellent.
And I'm laying there, and I'm seeing that the pineal gland is actually or the soul or whatever this thing is that's in the back of it, it's like floating in a gel. And as you move, it moves like a compass, kind of like a compass in water. And each of us are these little magnetic eyes. We're like eyes floating in this gel. And if we just move, it was like I could see myself moving my pineal gland to the left, and it was a completely different reality that was taking place.
Yeah.
And if I moved it to the right just slightly by looking, it was a different frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is our pineal gland is set in this one position, on this one vibrational frequency. So this is part of the awakening. The awakening isn't about knowledge. The awakening is about this understanding, and I don't really know how to explain it to people. When I tell people that, I'll say it, and I say that everything that has ever happened in the future and in the past is all taking place simultaneously at the same time.
I totally agree with that. Absolutely. And you're right. It's not about knowledge, how many books can you read, how many books can you memorize, how many news stories can you parrot. It's all within. It really is. And so, we just kind of have to get past that. And you know what? We can choose our programming. We don't, program ourselves with things that we're doing because our mind is pretty much like a computer. It has to be programmed with something. So we can choose the illusion, or we can search for that reality. And it does feel sometimes, I feel fear, I feel loss, I feel confusion, I feel all of those things like, what the heck? Somebody make sense of this for me. And so my logical mind wants to put it in the left brain, and we have to explain it and find a scientific report to back it up. But That's not true knowledge, and that's not what's going to save us. Feeling it and living in our heart and being true to our soul that's what's going to make everything just explode, and so we can live, love, and be free the way we were meant to be, our birthright.
I have a saying, it's think you can, think you can't. Either way, you will be right.
I love that. So true, Jay. Such good wisdom. Jay, will you do me a favor? And, I mean, if you do want the free T-shirt, I promised everyone who called in would get one.
Oh, I don't really need it. That's fine. Give it to someone who needs it more.
Okay, well, I hope it's not out of need, but if it is out of need, then call in and I'll give you one too. But
okay. Well, I'll promote your show. I'll wear a T-shirt tonight.
All right, well, just send me a message and send me your size, and I'll get it out to y'all on Friday. But I want to thank you for your brilliant call, and I love your insights, and I would love to hear more from you.
And we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
All right, thank you so much. You too.
Okay.
Woohoo!
If you hear of anyone that's ever had, I would...
Oops. I'm sorry, are you still there? Jay? Uh-oh. Did we lose you? Let's try this again. I don't know. Something happened. Darn it. I heard he was still talking and something happened. So I just don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I love our callers. Our listeners are just so freaking awesome and brilliant. So blessed to be here. So we'll hopefully this next one, let's see, is this working? Area code 907. Welcome to the show.
Hey there. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. I heard someone for just a moment. I'm not sure if I'm cutting out or something with the call line. 907, you there? Oh, I hear you now. Okay, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you, Christy?
Excellent. Thank you. What would you like to add tonight?
I just want to take this opportunity with this open show to call in and say thank you. And I don't know how I even got here, to tell you the truth. But you know how the universe seems to do that. And I've been walking by faith for many years. And I just seem to get led to the right place at the right time sometimes. And you have helped me so much, and having guests on like Tobias and Shaman Avalon Shakti has just been like, you know, when you're going along and things that you need come to you, but we're struggling in the meantime. I mean, walking by faith, half the time I don't even know what I'm doing. I live day by day, but things just, if you look back in hindsight, have worked out. And it's the same way with needing whatever you were putting out there on the airwaves. And like I said, I don't even know how I got here, but I'm so thankful.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I have chills all over my body, and I don't even know your name. Everyone's asking in the chat, who is this? I'm like, I don't know, but I have goosebumps everywhere.
My name is Rosine, and I have, you have friended me on Facebook, and so I think I've said out there that you guys truly are my sisters because I live up in Alaska. I don't hardly ever have contact with very many people, and I sit there. I chose, it's a long story of how I got back here, but I've just been walking my talk, and it's by living by faith, and I got out of the system, and I can only say that it's been through that faith that has led me to wake up. And it only goes to show that it teaches me that God has a way of waking all of us up at the right time in the right place. And it's not for any of what I'm learning is it's not for me or anyone else to judge where a person is at in their walk or how they got there. And I started this in a very religious way. I was born again and went the whole way, but you know what? I never really fit in the churches as much as I tried. I was just radical because I kept saying, well, I don't know. I was kind of just told that if I'm going to proclaim that I believe this Bible, it says in here that just be as a little child and trust that I'm your Father that loves you, and I'll take care of all your needs. Don't worry about what you're going to eat and what you're going to wear. And I went and quit my job.
Good for you! Woo! I love it.
And then I heard Tobias talking about his deal, and you were like, so you just got it over with in one big chunk, huh? You know, you've kind of been doing it here and there, and I'm like in the background going, I just did that. I mean, and the more I did it every day, it became years, and I couldn't turn back. As much as my mind was telling me, you're stupid, you're almost out of money, everyone thinks you're stupid because you don't work anymore, and there wasn't like I didn't work. I just was not doing it the same way that we were told it was supposed to go.
Absolutely. Wow, Roseanne, that is absolutely beautiful and so good to hear. And it's so good to hear your voice and for sharing your story. And I totally agree with you. Come ye as little children. It's not about us to, proclaim we know everything. To me, it's like riding, the Matterhorn at Disneyland or something. Woo! We're on for another wild ride, and just enjoy it and follow your heart. And isn't it amazing how the universe provides one way or another?
It's so amazing that I just wanted to tell everybody. I became like this radical that nobody wanted to listen to because I'm just looked at like this crazy person, But then once in a while, come around and they're kind of like going, so how did all of this happen for you? I'm sitting here in a brand new house that got built in Alaska.
Oh,
I hear the music, so I just want to thank you.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
News and information you can trust. This is American Freedom Radio. Freedom, American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
All right, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. I cannot believe how fast this went, and I just want to say this. I know we've had some technical problems and not hearing people and, calls like disappearing and such, and whatever it is, there's nothing any of us here physically can do, and we didn't do it. I just want you to know we didn't hang up on anyone, and I loved all of your calls. You all just so very insightful, and I really appreciate you sharing your experiences with us here tonight. I so relate to you all, and I can't thank you enough. I'm so bummed. It's the last segment here, and 2 more callers, so we are going to get to both of you. So here we go. Our next caller. Hopefully, let's see, I'm clicking the button. There we go. Area code 804. Welcome to the show.
I was just listening tonight, thank you.
Okay. All right, hon. Okay, so you don't have anything you want to add?
No, not this evening.
All right, honey. We will let you listen then. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right. We sure have talked a lot about here, and people are showing up in the chat like, what's the topic? What's the topic? Well, it's kind of been like the everything show. I guess it's kind of like my everything tea. Taking callers. Once again, we let you all design the topic, and I did say that anyone who called in and talked about their experiences or how they came about the show or what it means to them, positive or negative, I would be more than happy to send you a T-shirt. So I would just need for you to send me an address and your size, and I will get to the post office on Friday and mail those out. So, woohoo! And last but not least, on the caller line at this point in time, we have about 6 minutes left. It looks like our friend and enemy, saint and devil, Louie B. Woohoo!
Actually, Christie, this ain't Louie B. Louie was nice enough to let me borrow his phone because the missus too busy on those goddamn chat lines with that Justin Bieber. This is
God! I'm so sorry about that, but I got a surprise for you, Rutherford.
Uh-oh. What is that?
There you go.
Now, I'm sorry. Hold on, Christy. There's a Jew coming on my property. Get out! Get out! Get out! Bring, take your schwoogie with you. Get off my property. I'm tired. Really. That's really unladylike, and I want you to apologize to baby Casey. Anyways, like to congratulate Casey on his marriage to Deanie. I hope they'll make a good couple together. You're farting. Yeah, that's really cute.
It is war. You shoot your guns and I bend over. Who do you think is gonna win?
Well, according to your past boyfriend, you're more like a dead fish. So I think my guns will win. Cause my guns have more activity than you in the sack.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I've got references. Okay.
yeah. More like toe tags, cause they thought you were dead. Oh goodness.
Louie, have you farted here today?
What? This isn't Louie. This is Rutherford the First.
That's right, Rutherford. Oh, my goodness, you're my ex-boyfriend. I remember you. How could I forget?
Well, unfortunately, I was through my experience, I remember you have zero suction. There you go. Off my property. Get off my Hold on. Louie wants to say a few words. Hold on.
We don't have time for Louie. We're too busy farting here so we don't catch diverticulitis or anything.
What are you talking about? Why don't you go in the pool and dive with some diverticulitis? What are you talking about, the diverticulitis? If you're not a diver, then you don't got nothing to worry about. I don't know what you're talking about. You fart here like you ain't got sense. You're a lady. This is really unladylike. This is just messed up. Hold on.
I hear you talking, but I don't know what you're saying.
You know, I don't know what you're doing over here. You know, this whole concocted show. I can't wait for there to be a guest. I can't wait to get a guest on here so this nonsense can end. You know, I know I'm gonna get some complaints. So please refer all your complaints and comments to Up Your Ass and Around the Corner, care of. I don't care.
Oh, my God. Okay. And Good Bowel Health is coming up next on Soul Journeys Radio.
It's my effing shirt.
Okay. That was way too much fun.
I need to off my, you know what I mean? Black person off my stoop. There you go. Send them running.
Louie. Okay, do you have anything serious you want? Are you going for that free T-shirt here tonight?
Hey, you got T-shirts? I want the Soul Journeys jock strap. Also with the Soul Journeys Christie doll with the Kung Fu grip, and it comes with a juice.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And I would like to apologize to Carol for putting up with my shenanigans yesterday.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta say, I was really torn with that call because while you were being Louie, you did ask good questions, and she took it and she ran with it, and she thought you were serious. So I just thought, well, she is answering the questions. Could help someone, so I let it go. It was like one of those things where I had my hand on the hang-up button, but I was thinking, well, he's on the line, he's leaning over the line, but you didn't actually take that big step over the line, so I did let it go. I was really torn, though. I didn't know what to do, and I thought it would have been better than keeping you, than hanging up on you, because those were all questions that I was going to ask anyways. Maybe not as crude, but they were going to be asked. So, yeah, you're one of those things. They love you or they hate you. Most of them hate you, but, I know.
And we call that the constituency. But anyways, I was just happy I was able to talk to two sexy cougars.
Let me show you what this cougar does when she's off the show.
Oh, my goodness. So forceful. Two snaps.
Yes, this cougar loves to fart.
That's just nasty. You're not going to find yourself a good husband doing that friggin', slinging, cutting cheese, while he's trying to get business done, that's not sexy.
Louis, it's my mating call, and apparently it's working. Yeah, that's my mating call. And, look in the wild. What do animals do when they meet? That first thing they do is sniff each other's butt. So, I'm just going to bring it out in the open here.
They're not animals. If I go around sniffing ass, I'm getting locked up and getting put on a list. Can't be doing that. That's wrong. By the way, if we could get serious right now, yoga pants.
We got 1 minute left, so let's get serious.
Yoga pants are just unfair.
Why are they unfair, Louis?
Goodness, because you could have a flat ass, and it makes your ass look fantastic. Well, a woman's ass look fantastic. And then I can't help but stare, and then she looks back, and she sees creepy ass me staring, and like I'm out of bounds. I'm like, sweetie, you got that thing on display with the perfect light setting. Like it's at a Domino's Pizza with all the toppings, and you expect me to be a gentleman? I mean, you're lucky I don't put my hands on it and start rubbing it and hoping for a genie to pop out, and then they come out with yoga shorts. It just makes women look all delicious and. I just want to pour syrup and lick it up, and it's not right.
Well, maybe that's their mating call.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. You gotta wear leggings, and and that's how you do it. So, anyways,
I wear pajamas and silk wrap. So you enjoy those lovely ladies that can put on those tight little see-through pants, and enjoy them all you want. Nobody says you can't look. Enjoy it.
Yeah, anyways. This has been Soul Journeys Radio. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Come back tomorrow, and you'll be getting the Soul Journeys neem oil to prevent unwanted pregnancies.
There you go. That's right. Thanks for bringing that up. We can get a little information in there during this call since, I hear the music. But yes, neem oil is a natural spermicide as well as fresh lemon juice. So throw away those pills, those petroleum products, those, unnatural condoms and all that crazy stuff. Neem oil has been working for thousands and thousands of years. So thank you for bringing that up, Louie. I love you. I don't care what anybody else says about you. I'm so sorry. We're done. That was fun. Thank you all for participating tonight. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of the topics that I intended to, but we will do this again, and maybe I'll tackle them in my videos. You can check out my videos at youtube.com/Soul Journeys Radio, or you can just go to souljourneysradio.com and link to it. I want to thank you all for participating and being here tonight. Abundant blessings and love to you.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
You're listening to the future of talk. American Freedom Radio. This is American Freedom Radio.